Hello! Welcome back to another YouTube video. If you're new here, then welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are on week 36 for pregnancy update, and boy, am I ready for this little girl to come out. This week, I feel like pregnancy feels really hit me, and I want to share them with you open-heartedly and just be vulnerable with you guys, because I feel that's how it's going to help you best. Know that you're not insane, you're not crazy. It can be just pregnancy. It can be things going on in your life, but I feel that if I share my story and the things that I'm going through, then it can only help you that much more, and it might change just one person's life. So I am just excited to share this week with you guys, and I'm just really ready for this little nugget to be here. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to explain. I cannot even begin to explain. I don't even have any words. But I also want to tell you guys that YouTube has changed how they are working things. So if you are loving what you're seeing and you are already subscribed, or if you're not, then subscribe. But if you are loving it, then make sure you guys hit the little bell, the little ding, the little thing like right down by the subscribe button, because then you'll be notified every time I do upload a video, and you know, you'll just see a little bit more of me. So what's better? Nothing. I know. Anyways, let's continue on with week 36 of pregnancy. Oh, I have to grab her ultrasound pictures. Hold the phone, hold the phone. So, kicking off week 36 update, I had my week 36 pregnancy. I had my doctor's appointment. Let's get it right, get it right, get it tight. I had my doctor's appointment, 36-week doctor's appointment, and that is when I have my last ultrasound, and oh, this little girl's so cute. Her cheeks are so chunky, and she is coming in around 6 pounds, supposedly, you know, by the thing, you never know, but she's 6 pounds. She said that she has chunky feet, she's got little chubby cheeks, she is still head down, which is good. She was kind of laying on her side, on the right side of my belly, so she's just, her face was facing towards the left side of my belly, if that makes sense. So she wasn't like face down, but she's gonna move. She's still got another 3 weeks. So I wanted to share some of the pictures with you guys, and she said that she has lots of hair, which I'm like, where's she getting that from? But this one is the cutest one. It shows her little just chubby cheeks, and she said that that's a bad angle of her nose. Her nose won't look like that. Hopefully you guys can see this. But then there's like a hair one and like all of this, and I had her check to make sure that it was still a girl, and it is. She said, yep, there's the hamburger. I look at that picture and I get like just crazy excited and emotional, because it's just, it's so exciting. Like, her just, oh, I just want to squeeze those cheeks. After the ultrasound, I had like my actual checkup, and they checked my cervix, they checked to see if I was dilated, and if you guys know, last week when I had the little emergency, I was 0 zilch, completely closed, and this week I was 1 centimeter dilated. So that's really exciting. I am 1 centimeter dilated at this point. They will not check me again until week 38, so I have another appointment this week, but they won't check me again until the next week. Kind of excited about it. I know that that's like nothing, really, honestly. Like, she's like, ah, people walk around at like 4 centimeters dilated. I'm like, oh! So I am 1 centimeter dilated, but otherwise the appointment went great. My cervix are still pretty thick. They are not thinning, maybe like a smidgen, she said, but not like a lot. I did start the evening primrose oil, and that's going good. You definitely, if you guys are taking it, I do suggest wearing like maybe like a type of panty liner at night if you're not comfortable with like oils and stuff kind of leaking on your underwear. So that can tend to happen, but I take one by mouth, and then you stick one in the good old vag at night. I think it's going good. Can't tell you if anything's thinning, but I guess we'll come to find out in like 2 2 weeks. Same thing kind of continuing this week, that I'm not really wanting meals. I am just wanting snacks. Like, I feel like I'm constantly snacking. Then I kind of started noticing that some of the first trimester symptoms that I had, I'm having kind of the same things in the third trimester, which is kind of weird. But like, my nipples are kind of sensitive again, and just not like super sensitive at all. But I didn't really have super sensitive nipples to begin with when I found out in the first trimester, when I found out I was pregnant. So they're just like, just a little sensitive. It's weird, like some of the like first trimester symptoms are definitely back, and like a little bit of just like body acne, which it went away and now it's back, and I had that first trimester as well. This week, that's seriously been the hardest thing for me. I am so, in all caps, uncomfortable. UN comfortable. I'm uncomfortable, and it's getting irritating, and that's why I'm so stinking ready for her to come. Like, so ready. My hips are killing me, my back is killing me, and my lower like abdomen is hurting as well. I hurt everywhere. It really hurts to get up and sit down until like I can't ever get comfortable or anything like that. I know it's some round ligament pain and things like that, but I'm trying to learn to deal with it the best way I can, and I know that this is temporary, and I'd rather have her in here for another 3 weeks if that's what is in God's plans. I would love for her to stay in there, and I will deal with whatever pain comes my way. My hips, I can feel, are spreading. She's dropping lower for sure. Anytime she kicks or pushes, it's just like, it's like knives, just like sharp pain. And just one thing, like some days I notice like my legs, they just feel so tired. It feels like I just squat like 500 pounds or something. And I know that must have to do with everything just starting to like shift down, and her pressing on my cervix, and just could be pressing on a nerve or like anything like that. So I definitely know that that probably has majority to do with it. You know, I don't feel the most attractive right now in my pregnancy. I felt fine up until like this point. I felt fine. It's not like I felt like my sexiest, but I definitely was okay. I think now I'm mentally over it, to be honest. Leads to my lovely breakdown that I definitely had. I was kind of carrying it for probably like 2 or 3 days prior, which is never a good thing to do, like bottle emotions inside. Like, that's never ever a good thing to do. You should let it out. You should cry, you should scream, you should do whatever you have to do. Get it out, talk to your spouse, talk to the people closest to you, your mom, your best friend, whoever it is, like, you know, during your pregnancy, because the more you hold it in, the more like crazy you're gonna feel, and the more you're gonna think you're crazy, and then like those really bad things come, like depression or those kinds of things. And the best thing you can do is let it out and talk about it. I didn't realize I was holding it in, but I definitely was. And I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be really vulnerable with you guys, but I'm not gonna completely say what it all is, because I want to respect people as well. Most of it had to do with hormones, for sure hormones. I'm just getting so close, and I'm getting overwhelmed, and to say that I'm not a little scared, I'd be lying. But I'm really trying to pray as hard as I can, and pray for strength and just grace, and to finish out this pregnancy the best that I possibly can. Definitely having issues with who's going to be at the hospital and the things that can happen and those kinds of things, and I was bottling it in, and then that day I just exploded, and I just could not stop crying. Like, I could not stop crying, and I know that has to do with holding it in and not talking about it. And whew, once I let it out, like, I still felt, which was pregnancy, I still felt a little like meh. Like, normally I'm like good to go after I let it out. I still felt like crying, so I know that was pregnancy, but give me a few hours and I was definitely fine afterwards. Are scared to say no and stick up for ourselves in situations, and we want to please everybody. And during this time, I was most worried about this joy of this baby girl being born being taken away from me. Biggest thing I realized is that I'm letting those people take away the joy of these big events that are happening in my life. I have to be able to stick up for myself and say things, even if it's gonna hurt their feelings, but this is my life. I will do it respectfully, but this is my life, this is my child, and I'm gonna choose to enjoy this exact moment. I'm given one life, and I'm not gonna choose to let people walk all over me, and I think that's what I was doing because I can tend to be the biggest people pleaser, and I want everybody to be happy, and I just want everybody to feel like they're welcome, and in reality, the one that's getting hurt is me, and the one that's not getting to enjoy those moments is myself, because I'm letting other people, I'm too worried about everybody else's feelings and making sure their feelings don't get hurt. And I think that can be a lot of scenarios in people's life, you know, of who you're having come to the hospital, which is a huge thing in marriage. When you have your husband's parents, you have your own parents, you have friends, you have relatives, you have all these people who all of a sudden want to come into the hospital, and you're just like, yeah, go ahead, and really in your head you're like, oh my god, like freaking out. Best thing you can do is put aside feelings and stick up for yourself. And they should be understanding of that. They should be understanding of your feelings. I just want you to know that hormones definitely play a role in a lot of this. But like, oh, she looks just like your husband, only like your husband. And it being talked about constantly, and you're the one who carried this child for 9 to 10 months. And it's like, no she doesn't. Like, I grew this bond with her, and you're telling me that, you know what I mean? I just think that sometimes, like, it is a-okay if she has every feature of my husband. It is completely fine. Because I know they're going to change a lot when they get older, so I'm just kidding. But it really honestly is fine with me. That was more hormones taking over my head. But, you know, it is a feeling because it's just like you want people to be like respectful and be like, oh, she has this of him but also has this of you. But in reality, people aren't like that. So you just gotta learn to just be like, psh, whatever, let it go. But if they continue it and they keep saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it, then you have the right to stick up for yourself and be like, well, that's great. That is great, but she is my daughter as well. You know what I mean? You have that ability to do it. Don't let people run all over you. The fear of it happening created this huge bumble mess inside of my head and created this huge fear of something that might not even happen, but I have to work on myself to know that I am going to stick up for myself, and I am a strong person, and I am going to say what I need to say respectfully. That everybody has those people in their life that they love dearly and they care about so much, but maybe your energies just don't mix. Maybe your beliefs, the way you want to raise your kid just don't mix, and you have the right to stick up for yourself and choose who you want to surround yourself with. Hopefully your spouse is supportive about those things. If it is family, sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's friends who are a little bit easier to push away. But when it is family, it is a lot touchier subject. But my spouse is very supportive. I'm just very grateful, to say the least, and feel extremely blessed. And I know that other people will deal with bigger problems than I probably am ever having to deal with. I always think of that. I always think how mine are probably so minor compared to what other people are actually dealing with. So at week 36 pregnant, your baby is as big as a papaya. Said that baby's getting closer and closer to being able to breathe on his or her own. And the skin is getting smooth and soft, and the gums are rigid. And it says baby's liver and kidneys are in working order. Circulation and immune systems are basically good to go. So if they're born, they're just good to go. Oh man. Did I just make a yawn there? I hope I did. It says babies in the 17.2 to 18.7 inch, 4 and 4.2 to 5.8 pound range. Well, my nugget's 6 pounds, so she is really beefing up in there. Talks about how time has like flown by. Like, I feel like my pregnancy has flown by, but at the same time right now it feels like the absolute slowest time of my life. Like, so slow. I'm trying to keep myself busy every single day, resting when I'm needing to rest, but I'm honestly trying to keep myself busy because it's going a little slow, okay? It's going a little slow. It says that for the baby around this time, almost all of the waxy coating covering baby has shed, and so that the baby fur. Oh, and so is the baby fur. So it's fur and wax has gone away. At this point, about 3% of babies are breech or bottom down. Some breech babies can successfully be turned head down at 37 weeks. Some moms experience lightning right here. That's when baby drops lower in your pelvis. While that eases up heartburn, extra pressure on your bladder means more trips to the bathroom. Let me tell you, your body at 36 weeks, it says it's hard to predict when baby will drop, something called lightning, since each pregnancy is unique, but when it does, you'll feel more pressure on your pelvis, making your urge to pee worse. The upside, you might have more room for food. Yeah, I'm eating a lot more, but the pain, I'm not a fan of. And it says, doing the March of the Penguins, welcome to the pregnancy waddle. Your loosening joints make the lower part of your spine looser and more unstable, contributing to your waddle. I feel like I'm definitely got the penguin march, I guess, going on, the good old pregnancy waddle. It says pregnancy also affects your pelvis, as in it tilts and widens your stance, which all adds up to waddling. I feel like my hips are wider, definitely. I just feel like everything has expanded. I feel like I'm like this big. I can't wait to be tiny again. I'm so excited. Oh, it's time to measure this good old belly. Holy balls, I grew a whole inch. That has not happened since the beginning. I am 43 inches as of week 36. Better slow this puppy down. No wonder I'm in so much pain and just like, I'm just expanding everywhere. We have reached the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys were able to take a little nugget away from this video. I always hope that you're able to take any little piece of advice or information away from any video that I post. And I just want you guys to know I love you so stinking much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys would like to, go ahead and subscribe when you're on your way out, and also give this video a thumbs up. And do not forget to follow my social media. All the names are in the description box below, so you can follow me on over there. But anyways, guys, I love you, I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. And I hope that you have a great day, a blessed day. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Stay positive. If you're having a bad day, just know that you can turn it around. And when it's pouring hard. When it's raining, there's always a rainbow afterwards. So do not get too down on yourself or be too hard on yourself, because there's always a better day around the corner. So anyways, guys, I love you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Maybe a nursery tour or a hospital bag tour. I don't know, I'm waiting on one item for in here. So anyways, guys, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.